in Guest Mob. Maybe I could speak for this entire chat when I say I think I know a lot of people in this chat that are ready to play that game. So, phase 3, Tina. Phase 3 is going to end with Albert Jr. being back in the life of Albert Sr. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. Now, I have enough clips and recordings, but if anybody else has any, please get them to me. If you have clips of Albert and him talking shit to Tina and punching her in the mouth, all that shit, get them to me. If you got clips of Tina, get them to me. Anything that will show CPS the environment that Albert Jr.'s in, get them to me. Because here's what I told him. I said, listen, I said, dude, you can call. I said, and they'll do it. I said, but if you want to fight for custody, you need some ammunition. And that's where Guest Mob comes in. We can get him that ammunition. We can get him all the proof he needs to sway the opinion of the system. We can do that. See, Tina, it is completely fucked up to literally keep your son out of his father's life just out of spite without realizing that you are actually damaging your son in the process. You are damaging your son. You are wearing down on his mental health. This is a boy that is literally acting out constantly because he doesn't have a father figure, and he damn sure doesn't even have a mother. And then you have Albert Sr., who wants to be in his son's life, who wants to take part in raising him, who wants to be around for his son, but you will refuse the child support payments and then dangle it over his head and say, if you step foot in South Carolina, I'll have you arrested for back child support. And he's scared. He's openly said that. He said, listen, he said, dude, I have other kids. I have a new life. I have a wife. I can't risk getting arrested. I can't do that. I can't risk getting arrested just for one kid and be locked up and leave all my other kids and my entire new life, just leave them behind. I can't do that. So I said, well, okay, there's a certain way that we can do this where you ain't got to worry about that. First things first is you got to be upfront and just tell them you are willing to be put on a payment plan. That takes the power out of Tina's hands and it puts it into the hands of the system. And his response to that, he's like, oh, come on, man. You know how the system is, though, man. The system's going to try to fuck me. And I said, no, dude, listen. Clear all that from your head. I said, just clear all that. I said, if you are saying that you want to pay, they're not going to lock you up for back child support. There will be a hearing, and you'll be put on a payment plan. They're going to look at the amount that you owe, probably look at your wages, whatever it is, and you can start paying to take care of your son. So, that's going to be a start of it. Now, Tina, you are completely stupid on this subject because you're not even divorced. You are still legally married to this man. Which means, do you know legally, he could have done this years ago. Years ago, he could have just popped up and filed for emergency custody. See, emergency custody is when you actually go to the courthouse and you file paperwork for emergency custody of a child. Do you know the crazy thing about emergency custody when it comes to this situation, Tina? And you can look this up for yourself. It actually gets awarded on the spot. But then you have a court date, usually within a certain period of time. 48 hours, 72 hours, it varies by state. You have a court date. But when somebody files for emergency custody of their child, the judge signs off on it on the spot. And then The police show up at your house with a caseworker if they're involved, with the father, and they remove said child from the home. And then he goes with his father. And then there's a hearing that's set, like I said, usually 24 hours, 48 hours. Some states even 10 days. Some states it's even 10 days, where you all come back, and then the judge will look over everything and decide if the emergency custody order is going to stay in effect, or if the emergency custody order is going to get thrown out, if it will be extended, for how long it will be extended. If it is extended, then they give a new date for a new hearing. Then at that point, then you got to get a lawyer. Albert got to get a lawyer. And honestly, even your son would have an actual court-appointed lawyer. A court-appointed lawyer would be given to Albert Jr. Your son gets represented for free by the state because he is a minor and he is a child. So he actually gets his own lawyer. And then you guys have the hearing.